Just other stuff, trying out new games. Um, I'm really into the stuff Treon Games is releasing right now, so I'm also playing Trove.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm playing The Escapists, Starbound, a
Starbound.
lot of beta games, The Forest. So
I still want to try the
I'm kind of
forest.
testing out a lot of indie games and things like that with my time. So I haven't been able to put as much time into this as I'd like. But that's going to change, obviously, with launch right around the corner. Um,
Minecraft.
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 I don't play as much Minecraft as I used to. It seems to have lost its glory. But I was playing on console back then, and there was a lot more limitation.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're gaming on the PC,
More.
we'll
Yeah.
probably we'll probably see a lot more Minecraft moving forward. I'm gonna leave Cinderstone on the list because I'm gonna do that next. I like that area. But something to keep in mind is all of your crafting stuff, whether it be just picking flowers, chopping down trees, getting eggs from your chickens, all of that stuff uses labor points. Yeah, actually, we are going to look into that. Um, we're looking at possibly getting sponsors on Twitch and some YouTube partnerships. Thank you, though. Good tip. So, anytime you do anything that requires work, even something as simple as opening a coin purse in your bag, um,
So yeah.
like I've got one here, merchant's coin purse. Spend 3 labor to open this to see what's inside. So even to get the money from enemy kills,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see in the bottom left trade chat box. Um, it took me 3 labor points to open that purse and get the 3 silver out of it. But I also got 148 experience just for opening a purse.
Mm-hmm.
Because anytime you spend labor points, the game rewards you with experience. There's kind of a labor point experience trade-off, and depending on what you're doing, the level of crafting you're doing, the trade-off gets larger and larger. Um,
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna pass this over to him, and I'll be back in a minute.
okay, can you not that way? All right. So the big trade-off is that the more advanced crafting you do, the larger your reward is going to be. If you spend 5 points making a stone brick, for instance, at my level, I could get 450 experience. But then if I turn around and take 3 of those stone bricks and make a hereafter stone, then I get 2,000 experience. So it kind of exponentially increases based on the advancement or the advanced level of the skill you're doing. Um, Now what I'm doing now is I'm summoning my regular horse. Even though it isn't a battle pet, it's not going to help me. I do need to level it. So I'm going to use these crayfish since I have a quest to kill them anyway. And every time I kill a crayfish, my pet's going to gain experience even though he's just watching me fight. But yeah, if you have any questions about the the combat system, I stick mostly to mages, and the one I have now is more of a nimble mage than the traditional stand back line and fireballs. But um, I kind of jump around the battlefield quite a bit with this guy. But like I said, I love the theory crafting, and I love to help people build their characters based on what they want. Something interesting about this game, in this case, some human, the benefit is this particular mount has the ability to evolve at level 50 by purchasing an item and taking him to a certain person. And then doing that gives him a higher movement speed. He becomes a faster mount doing that. But the standard benefit of leveling up your mounts and pets is if you look down here where my cursor is, they have skills. And they can only use these skills at certain levels. Has a lot changed since a few months ago? Yes, absolutely. The updates have come, I'd say, once every couple weeks, and each one of them has had quite a bit of stuff. I think it'll be easy to get back into. The sooner you get back in, the better. I would jump into that open beta so that you have some time before launch to get used to the characters again. Some skills have changed, some timing has changed. I know that some cooldowns and some casting times and things like that have been modified to make play a little bit more efficient. Um, Certain things have changed, like when you were playing, the premium currency was probably the New East tiers, and they're now called Guildastars. Um, the New East tiers you can still sell and still use for some of the things that you can use Guildastars for now, but the original currency had been changed. A few items had changed. I don't think so. If you have any MMO experience, the game's pretty easy to jump into because it does employ those standard MMO concepts. And as you'll see right now, my horse is getting attacked from the left. So if I don't defend him, he will die. And if that does happen, I don't want to show you guys because it's kind of a pain in the ass. But if the pets die, you have to take them to a stable hand. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much still the same, Wilksy. The Nui tiers, when I first started, when the game was just launched in alpha, were actually the currency that has now been replaced by the Guildastars. It was just Nui tiers for everything. So it doesn't sound like too much would have changed since you've been in the game then. Yeah. Yeah, I'm keeping some of mine just because they're something unique that nobody is really going to have. And since this is supposed to go to the test server, at least that's what they've been talking about, alpha getting switched over to test, everything will still be on there. So I was. Okay, so if the horse does die, you have to go to a stable hand and have him heal your pet. And if that isn't readily available, there are potions that you can use that do the same thing. However, the potions tend to get expensive if your pet dies a lot. If he's getting attacked and you can't save him, there's always the option of unsummoning him, which is just, doing the same method of summoning him. Just hit it again and he'll go away. But yeah, I mean, the game is, like I said, pretty standard MMO. Nothing too overly exciting or unique to it. So there's a pet dying. Let you take a look at that. I'm going to pretend like I'm dead so everybody goes away. I don't believe that can happen in this game. If it can, I'm not familiar with it. Okay, so now I have a dead pet. So I'm assuming you mean that when you upgrade a weapon, you have a chance of destroying it so that it's no longer available. To my knowledge, that is not the case. However, with most of the crafting, you use the lower tier item to make the next tier item. So if I go into the shop right now and I wanted to make van braces, for instance, I would make the bottom tier van braces, and then I would take those van braces and add a couple more things to them and craft the next tier van braces. And then continue to do that until I have the higher level, whichever level I'm going for, item. I don't have any in my inventory right now because I just crafted everything I had. But yeah, so that's basically how that would work. I think I might not have the net that I need to do this quest because I dropped it off. So I will have to go back to some warehouse manager before I can do this particular quest. My most powerful item, I don't really have any powerful items. I spent quite a few levels just mining and making stone. So I'm not caught up on quests, which is why you see me fighting level 30 enemies at level 42. So I wouldn't be a very good example of what powerful items look like. Um, my most powerful item is probably going to be uh, 10, 15 levels behind. Yeah, this I don't have anything really valuable. That's kind of one of the things I do when I play these games. I play with the bare minimum stuff because I want to learn the character well enough so that when I get the good gear, I'm unstoppable. Alright, so I don't think I have this net that I need. So,
Did you throw it in the warehouse?
yeah, probably. So I get to show people how the map works. So you push the M button or the map icon to pull up your map. And then you have these handy buttons over here that will affect what you see on the map. So you can turn off the icons. If I don't need to know where the carriages are, I can turn off transportation. That's my particular garden, which isn't in this zone, so you don't see a change. Um, but right now I need to find somebody called a warehouse merchant. And he is under the infrastructure tab.
Arcane Princes that I was supposed to add in my heart and destroy by creating.
There you go. What are my plans on upgrading? Everything. Everything must go and be replaced. The nice thing about the way I play is I don't have anything that I care about losing when I get there. And it sounds weird, but that's the way I play on purpose. So that when I get to 50, I can start fresh and just get all of the level 50 stuff. So here's our warehouse. Gotta make sure this box is on, but there's one just to the north or just to the south. We're gonna go north. And as you can see, it's now on our minimap. And if we want to mark it, we can holding the shift button and clicking it. We'll mark it. From horseback, there's not a whole lot you can do except for your mounted abilities, which are down here, like I was saying before. So I can swing my weapon for mount. My horse has a kick. If there's anybody chasing me or behind me, I can kick them. There's a quick movement skill, which gets you out of stun. If that's a concern to someone, if you're trying to escape something and you're being stunned. And then there's a breakthrough, which is just a charge and kind of mows through enemies. And then my favorite, which is the run move. And I use it almost every time it's on cooldown. Because traveling in these games is never fast enough for me. For a while I was leveling. Oh, that's too long of a list to even go through. Pretty much everything. It's safe to say I've tried more or less every game, MMO style. Just because, like I said, my favorite thing about it is coming up with character designs and things that other people might not have thought of. I spend a little bit of time just playing the characters the way they are, and then I'll go through and read what other people have done and see if I can improve on it. So it gets pretty specific after a little while. But as you can see, I'm at a warehouse manager now. So I just talked to this guy and he gives me access to my bank, basically. And there's that net that I thought I had. So I'll just go to quest items and just grab all of them. So that if I do any other quests, I will have the items handy. As you can see by my bank, it's mostly all materials for crafting. That's really what I do in the games. I craft things for people. I love to help anybody out. If I see somebody shout in chat that they need a certain flower or whatever, I hop on it and give it to them. I'm not going to be playing the new WoW expansions. I haven't played since Kata came out. It just got a little too ridiculous for me. And there were so many other games that had come out. It was too hard for me to go back to a subscription game after having broken off of it for so long. I'll try new subscription games, but I don't think I'll replay any, because if I stop playing for any reason, then I don't want to play it anymore. It would take quite a bit of an expansion or upgrade. So I had mentioned earlier, about a half hour ago, about the item you get when you're lower level for upgrading your wings, even though they look like